This video, I'm going to go through some of the drills that I did on the floor tonight, and I want to make sure that you know what they are so you can identify them and you can utilize them as tools in your tool chest. So whenever I give you drills, make sure you're writing them down and make sure you're rehearsing them and kind of studying them and looking back at them and making sure you know what each drill means. Okay, so here's my little drill chart. So this was a whole chart of kind of what we did tonight. The first drill is SIR drill. It goes like this. All right, guys. So whenever you're transitioning, an instructor can jump in and do SIR drill. So it goes like this. All right, guys. I'm going to ask you to do something. You're going to answer back with a yes, ma'am. Now, I'm a ma'am. If you're a sir, it'll be sir, of course. Okay? So, all right, here we go. Make sure whatever I ask you to do, you answer me and you say yes, ma'am. Are you guys ready? And if they don't say anything, I'm going to say yes, ma'am. Okay, that goes with this. Instead of saying, repeat after me, you can say, and whatever you want them to say. You say yes, ma'am. Say teamwork. Say discipline, right? Okay. So, all right, here it goes. Ready? Everybody, hands in the air. And let's say your class is silent, and they do it, but they're silent. You say yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Here we go. Hands on your nose. Good. You yelled yes, ma'am. Point out the person who does it right. There's a leader. There's a leader. There's the smartest kid in class. There's the fastest kid in class. There's the best kid in class. There you go. Write those down. There's the smartest. There's the best. There's the fastest. There's the leader. Okay? Everybody wants to be in that category. Positive peer pressure, right? Okay, SIR drill, real simple. Hands in the air. Yes, ma'am. Hands on your nose. Yes, ma'am. Turn in a circle. Yes, ma'am. Touch your knees. Yes, ma'am. Wiggle your little finger. Yes, ma'am. Touch your elbow. And they'll all go, yes, ma'am. Okay, so you can change the drill by changing your tone of voice and by changing your pace. Sometimes I'm really enthusiastic because the kids are wiggling and I need to get their attention. I go fast. Then I want to settle them back down, so I start going slow. Let's see. Touch your little toe. Yes, ma'am. Okay, then I'm settling them back down. Or I'll whisper, touch your earlobes. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so whispering is a great way to get kids' attention. But make sure it's varied. That drill is called SIR drill. It's a simple drill. It's a breakout drill. You'll do it for maybe 10 seconds. Next drill is follow me. So follow me can be done in place or it can be done running around the studio. So we have one drill that I do, follow me, and we take off and we run around the studio and everybody does different things. But a follow me that I really like includes sound effects and play acting. And so you need to know what kids are into. Right now, Robo, Transformers, whatever those things are called. The boys are into Transformers. They're into Sonic. They might be into Legos, Minecraft. Those things are popular. So you got to know what's popular. And then you make your follow me drill have something that they'll relate to that's popular. Now, robots is something boys almost always relate to. 15 years from now, this may change, but you can be creative. So, a follow me drill might go like this. Okay, now there's a real simple follow me. When I do follow me, I'll get on the ground, I'll get on my knees, I'll roll over like a dog, I'll do whatever it takes to get their attention. So you've got to be kind of just like a play actor. And then once I have their attention, I'll put a few karate moves, but not too many. That's called follow me drill. And when your kids are misbehaving, it's a perfect way to get their attention. Bam! Get them back on track and then go back into your karate drill. The next one I did today is back stance drill. And I like to use the white belts. And so there's 4 phases to back stance drill. Number 1 is I'll get the little cut white belts out, and we call those the sushis. And I'll give every kid 2 white belts. And the first step they're going to do is they're going to run to the line, wherever your line is, or run to a designated area, and they're going to set those on the ground the way a back stance should be. Now let's talk about a back stance. Let's pretend these are the white belts. If one's here and one's over here, it's wrong, because the heels should line up. It should be an L, stretched out. This is the proper format of where those sushis should be laying on the floor. So you're going to say, I'm going to see... This is what a back stance should look like, and you run down and you set the sushis down and you go, okay, I'm going to lift them up. Now I'm going to give each one of you a sushi, and I'm going to see how smart you are. Write that down. It works every time. I'm going to see how smart you are. I'm going to see who can run down to the black lines and put the sushis in the proper format of a back stance. And then you're going to run back and you're going to stand like a leader. And I'm going to see who is my top thinker, who's my smartest and my best leader. Are you ready? What do you say? And what should they say to you? If you're a girl, yes, ma'am. If you're a guy, yes, sir. Okay? And so you run down, and the first thing you do is you recognize positive behavior first. Positive behavior. This one looks very good. Now let's say every one of them is wrong. Then you're going to say, now this one's pretty close, and this one's pretty close. You've got the right idea. Let me show you guys the little difference. Look at, if she would have took this and moved it right here, it would have been perfect. Susie, you almost had it right. You were my closest leader. Now, if one kid has it right, you find that kid who has it right and you recognize them. Look at this. Janet. Notice I used their name. Janet was so smart. Hers is perfect. Eileen. She was so smart. Hers was perfect. I'm using their name. Anytime you recognize something done well, you'll start getting a whole bunch of kids that do well. But if you say, Susie, quit playing, Joey, quit playing, then you're going to get a whole bunch of people playing around because they're hearing you recognize bad behavior. Okay, first drill, you set the sushis down. Second drill, you're going to run down. Once they all get the sushis, you're going to do that like 4 times, right? Just set the sushis down. Then you're going to say, now, you guys are getting too good at this. I got to make it harder. Now I'm really going to see. I'm going to see who's not only is smart, but who can remember what to do. You're going to run down, set the sushis there, and then you're going to show me how that stance looks. You're going to put your feet on the sushis. And then, of course, again, you're going to recognize good behavior. Do it 3 or 4 times. Then you're going to add, now I want to see who has their knee bent low on that back stance. So notice the first time, I just had to put their feet in the right position. Then I'm going to work on bending the back leg. Okay, you're going to do that a few times. Of course, recognizing the positive behavior. Make sure if you have a child that isn't quite getting it, that you recognize them too and you call them by name. I want to see who remembers to bend their knee. Grace almost remembered, because as soon as I said bend your knee, she did it. I bet you're smart enough you'll remember that next time. That's one of our core values. That's called believe. You got to believe in people until they believe in themselves. And so I just spoke faith and belief into that child that they can do it, that they can remember. And guess what? Next time they run up to the front of the line, they're going to remember. Write that down. It's important. Okay, first time, belts in position. Second time, step on the belts. Third time, bend the knee. Fourth time, put it all together. Fifth time, super duper big challenge. Do your stance without the belts. I'm taking the belts away. And I want to see who can do it with no belts there to remind them how to do it properly. And make sure you highly praise that. All right, so there is your back stance drill. The next one is your cross step drill. And I want you to teach students to cross their legs. I don't know, you might have to back up for this one. I want you to teach students we're going to do cross steps. So they're going to take their leg and they're going to cross the other leg and then come back and then cross the other leg and come back. And so I'm actually going to go into more detail on cross step drill in another video when I don't have a dog running through the video. All right, here we go. So there's your drill. Sur drill, follow me, back stance, cross step drill, which is actually in your Basics with Motion for White Belt. Cross step drill is done in detail. So pull out that video because a lot of the instructors I notice have been skipping that drill. And it would be very beneficial for your students.